Hey everyone, I'm Jamie and I hope you're having a fierce day. We last left Abby Kelly at age 64 with her first stalker since becoming a superstar. If you haven't seen the previous videos, I'll link them both in the description so you can watch them first. Thanks so much, and let's pick up where we left off. At 64, we decide to take the yacht out sailing, and a tidal wave crashes into us and forces the vessel under. I decide to have Abby somehow call the Coast Guard, who miraculously save her. I mean, what a year. We publish another bestseller about the scrape with death, but nobody wants to have us on a talk show or a commercial, so I just take Clayton on a cruise. Gabrielle Head called me a conceited mouth breather, and I chose to ignore her instead of returning the insult, but it already cut my fame in half. From 100, we are now at 50. For some reason, we can't have two buns as an old lady, so we have to stick with a single bun, but I'm going to continue drawing Abby as having two. To get our looks up, we get a boob job. It only added 4% looks, but we can get on a talk show now. I throw another mansion party, and only 12 guests come, but the neighbor still calls the police for noise. Clayton retired, and my friend Liquida died, which made me put two and two together. My niece's name is actually Liquida, so I wonder if Jason named her after Liquida? Anyway, to get our looks up once again, we decide to get a Brazilian butt lift, getting the achievement booty call. I took Clayton for a vacation to Macau, where a man tried to steal my wallet. I just gave it to him since he definitely needed the money more than I did. I threw another mansion party with 227 guests and got another noise complaint. I had Abby publish another book called Things I Did Done Do, which became a bestseller and brought her fame back up a bit. A barista took 78 pictures of me with him, and I wonder if it's because I used to work there. Another celebrity, Dyalla Cockford, insulted me, so this time I insulted her back, which gave me a big hit to my fame once again, so I don't think there's any way to win. I decided to retire from my job as a massage therapist since I'm almost 69. Another brand offered me an opportunity to advertise them on Instagram, but I turned it down since we already rich. I went clubbing and tried weed, which I'm pretty sure I've done before since I went to a Willie Nelson concert with Bailey. Speaking of concerts, Bailey and I went to see Adele, and I threw another house party. Since Abby's retired, I figured she would go back to uni and get a degree and dance for fun. She's already really popular there, I guess because she's famous. Jason retired and another friend passed away, and then we got Botox to bring those looks back up. We had to sell Bailey's since the boat, since she is beyond repair, so I had Abby get another yacht, this time a cruising yacht. In a weird turn of events, Abby's 40-year-old married professor tries to seduce her, so she just rejects his advances. Juanita adopted a 6-year-old girl since her husband died a while back, which is sweet. At 73, Abby graduates with a degree in dance, so to celebrate we threw another loud mansion party. We went on a talk show, did another commercial, and now we're finally back up to 100% fame. Another friend dies, this time of a cocaine overdose, so we threw another party with 270 guests to celebrate their life. At 75, another friend dies from tuberculosis. I thought this was a disease of the past, but I guess not. Bailey and I went to a vinyl record store, and we are at 100% in every stat at the age of 75. At 76, our son Juniper was killed during a home robbery, which was such a shock. Since he didn't have any after-death wishes, I donated his body to science, which is absolutely amazing for the scientific community and anybody in that field in college. Then, after a friend dies from malaria, the yacht broke down, and now we're at 4% happiness. However, a cruise in her fixed yacht and a flight in her jet took her all the way back up to 100. Then she called Will Ferrell magnetic, and he liked and followed her back. Bailey and I go to see Billie Eilish. I imagine there were tons of paparazzi, and we were smoking together, which is really cute to imagine. At 77, we've earned the Golden Anniversary Achievement for being married to Clayton for 50 years. To celebrate our anniversary, I got my engagement ring cleaned and we renew our vows. After appearing on another show, we are back to all 100% stats. Mike Tyson began following Abby on social media, and I had her apply to other schools, but she was rejected for not being qualified. So Bailey and her went surfing at the age of 79, which is quite impressive. Clayton and her went to Hawaii on a cruise, and on the cruise a robot bartender made the drink wrong, but she drank it anyway because she doesn't care as long as it's strong. Bailey and I made friendship bracelets, and we are back up to 100% all stats. My grandson started as an apprentice hairdresser, which is cute because that was our first job. The paparazzi got dangerously close to our car to get a good photo, so I just had Abby pose for the camera. James Cameron and Kim Kardashian followed Abby on social media, but in the same year, Clayton passed away peacefully. We got the real estate mogul for purchasing real estate worth $10 million combined. I guess our houses went up in value since we didn't buy anything this year. I had Abby cremate Clayton per his wishes and sprinkle them somewhere special, which apparently meant a haunted forest. I guess it sort of makes sense since he studied history and worked at a museum, but was not expecting that. At least we have Bailey though. So we saw Macklemore together and both enjoyed it a bunch. Bailey and I saw another concert together and got pedicures, and I had Abby renovate her old home to take her mind off things, and then she threw her most successful mansion party yet with 282 guests. My niece died from a morphine overdose and the yacht broke again. I gave Jason $100K to help with the funeral and burial costs of his daughter, and then I gave the same to Jamila because honestly, I couldn't remember which sibling had the niece. At 85, Bailey died from old age, and this was so devastating. To get her back up in looks, she got liposuction, which took her all the way back up to 100%. And at 87, Jason, our little brother, passed away from a stroke. And then 3 more friends died as well. Abby is down to 4% happiness once again, so to cheer her up, she threw another mansion party, but only 9 people came, and the neighbors still called the cops. She flew in the jet and cruised in the yacht and got up to 100% happiness, and now we're back to almost 100% in all stats. It seems like now every time Abby posts on social media, someone insults her, so I think she's starting to get agitated. Another celebrity insults us, so we return the favor and our fame is halved again. However, Rihanna followed Abby on social media, which means everything was worth it. We went clubbing again and then did an Alaskan cruise solo where we were feeling frisky, so Abby decided to sunbathe naked. Another friend dies, so Jamila takes us to a motivational seminar to try and cheer us up. I had Abby get another plastic surgery, this time a facelift, and it was botched, so she took a huge hit to her looks. But following this, she had Botox that helped a bit. We turned down another Instagram offer, and we tried another facelift that wasn't very successful, followed by a very successful nose job. More clubbing, more house parties, another semi-successful Botox, and a super successful tummy tuck, and we were back at 100% looks. Abby went clubbing a ton to cope with her loneliness, and then goes to the gym, where she meets a smoking hot receptionist named Shaggy. He's 37, so we're basically cradle robbing, but it's kind of serendipitous that she found another guy in the same place that she met Clayton. At 92, Abby made love to Shaggy, and both parties surprisingly enjoyed it a lot. This time she went clubbing and tried acid, hooked up with a guy named Chauncey Pickles, and didn't use a condom because she's been through so much and is so old that she doesn't really give a shit about anything anymore. But I had her visit the doctor anyway just to make sure she was clean. She did some gardening and took Shaggy on vacation to Southeast Asia. She continues to go clubbing, hooking up with random guys, and then annually takes Shaggy on vacations and cruises. I had her also brush up on judo since it's been a while. Bailey, the eldest son, dies of tuberculosis. Seriously, is this a resurfacing epidemic? Even though Shaggy proposes to her at a rock concert, Abby is at 0 happiness, which I believe is the least happy she's been in her entire life. Now that she's engaged though, she stops hooking up at the club and instead takes Shaggy on another vacation. Abby keeps renovating, throwing house parties, flying and cruising, vacationing. Shaggy takes her to the zoo, which is adorable. At this point, Abby doesn't care about her image anymore, and for the first time ever, instead of ignoring the rude comments on social media, she just asks the user to meet her in person, but they refused. At 97, Abby says that every bouncer at every club shows her extra love now, which is really cute to imagine. She throws her biggest party yet at 302 guests, and Shaggy and her build a pillow fort, which is just precious. Another user insulted us, so Abby asked to meet the person, and she agreed to meet her at an ice skating rink. She actually attacked Abby with a frying pan and banged her heel. A 97-year-old woman, really, but luckily it only took 4% health away. Another one agrees to meet, this time at a mini golf course, but then he turns out to be a pretty friendly 52-year-old Air Force enlistee, and they just ended up becoming friends actually and going to a costume party with him dressed up as a cowboy. After the brush with a violent fan though, Abby decides that she will give the rest of her wealth to charity, so before that she's giving all of her loved ones a decent chunk of the money. Ezekiel was angry about it, and it actually damaged all the kids' relationships with Abby. At 98, Abby has Shaggy demanding to get married after 4 years of engagement, so we plan the wedding at the winery in Pompeii. I make him sign a prenup, but I'll probably die before the divorce is even a thought. We keep our last name, and Shaggy actually takes it as well, giving us the maiden named achievement. They make love and both enjoy it 100%, which is really sweet. And now the yacht has a blown engine that explodes into flames. Again, Abby calls the Coast Guard, but it looks like this is how she's gonna end. Miraculously, they save her again. We did some gardening, and this time a hater agreed to meet at a church. Again, this one's friendly. She's a 77-year-old receptionist, so we befriended her as well and went to a water park together along with a Cardi B concert. And another hater refuses to meet, but the next one meets us at a cattle farm. We befriend him as well, and then another one refuses. We take Shaggy to Hollywood, and before you know it, we are actually 100 years old now. Our granddaughter dies from fireworks, so to cheer her up, I had Abby throw another mansion party. She goes clubbing a few times, goes on vacation with Shaggy to Japan, and everything seems to be going well. At 102, we're questioned about God, which could be a red flag, maybe foreshadowing. But again, everything is amazing, and we're at 100% health, happiness, looks, and being. Then, Peyton Snickles agrees to meet us in person, and it happens. She attacks us with a pipe bomb and blows up Abby's nose, giving her an epic death. In the end, Abby had a net worth of $91.5 million and achieved the famous ribbon. I mean, what a way to go. So that concludes the amazing life of Abby Kelly. I hope you guys enjoyed. I think I'll be doing more of these. It's a lot of fun, and I always feel kind of guilty playing BITLIFE because it's so time consuming, but this makes it worth it. I hope everybody's having a fierce day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!